This is Preferred Home Services Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Bam! There it is. Good evening and welcome. Good to have you back. Good to have our TV Game of the Week back. And good to have the Hanahan program back, Webb.
That's right. Milan Turner has brought the offense. 2 games, 78 points total so far. They're only lost by 1 to a much bigger school, Berkeley. Kevon Rivera responsible for plenty of that offense.
No question about it. Only way to describe Lucy Beckham's last performance, wow. Just dominant. They shut out Wando. Yes, Wando last week. The Bengals off to help Bishop England mourn. So they did have a week coming into this game to prepare. There's Hanahan head coach Milan Turner. He has to like this start. Julius Hippensteel over the top to Landon Gomes, son of the North Charleston police chief. 64 yards to the house. Huge crowd at Wiley Knight Stadium, loving every bit of that. Back comes Lucy Beckham, down 14-6 here in the second quarter. The pitch to Steven Seegers hits a gap and he's gone to the house. Lucy Beckham looking good. Second half now. Hanahan still with the lead. Chalmers Ballard though hits Bryce Rothwell. The seam, he's gone. Beckham takes the lead on Hanahan. More Beckham. They just start wearing down the Hawks. Steven Seegers again to the outside for the touchdown. Puts Lucy Beckham up 28-14. Beckham still undefeated, 35-14. That's a final from Wiley Knight Stadium.
Yeah, we talked about at halftime just staying laser focused, all right? Just getting that laser focus for that second half right there. And, I mean, everybody going all out, playing for each other, all right, and just taking care of the little things. We always talk about the little things add up to the big things. And we know if we take care of the little things, the tackling, the effort, the finishing off blocks, good things will happen for us, and that's what we did in the second half.
Rocky 4 quarters for Rocco Adrian and his Warriors hosting number 1 Summerville. Already up 42-6 just before the half. Jaden Cummings drops back and puts it on the line over the middle just within the reach of Yannick Smith, who pulls it in for the first down. Outside the end zone, they're going to give it up the middle to Trey Green, who makes it look effortless. A little juke, and he's got the score 49-6 at half. Third quarter, picking up where they left off. Brevin Eastman at quarterback dumps it off to K.J. Jenkins and lets his legs do the work to pick up the first down. Eastman looking for a receiver close to the end zone. The ball is batted up, but on the far right side, that's Eastman catching his own pass. Lucky for him, he's got some other talent to help seal the deal. Eastman drops back. Dejon Gant, who cuts back to the left, goes all the way across the field, dives for the end zone, gets it in. Big win for the Green Wave, 62-12.
2 very disappointing losses last week for West Ashley and Berkeley. Berkeley may have expected it a bit. They lost to Somerville, the number 1 team in the state. But West Ashley was rolling. They got tripped up by Cane Bay. So let's head out to Monk's Corner, and there's Donnie Kiefer, head coach of the West Ashley Wildcats. Third quarter, David Dunlin hands the ball off to Mason White. That's a 15-yard gain for West Ashley right there. West Ashley tries to run the end around, but fumbles the ball. The Stags pick it up. Berkeley QB Henry Rivers, just a freshman. He is looking for his wide receiver. A costly interception by Daniel Dunian. West Ashley would go on to score on that drive. And the game, though, goes to the Berkeley Stags. They win it 40-31, the final score. Bryce Librand and the Buford Eagles making the trip up to Goose Creek this evening. 15-7, Goose Creek leads in the first half. Chaz Brown, look at him crashing through the line. That's a tackle for loss for Buford. More from the Eagles now on offense. A beautiful play dialed up by Librand. Samari Bonds rolls out and hits Jamin Odom in stride. A beautiful pass and catch. Tack on 2. Buford in the lead. Goose Creek drives right back. Malik McGowan, nice tough first down run right up the middle, sets up an Owen Ferris field goal for the Gators, but Buford wins this one 32-25. That is a final score.
Well, my gosh, talk about a non-region schedule. Denny McDaniel has absolutely piled it on his Stratford Knights. James Island, an electric team this year. Lexington, a perennial power. And tonight, literally, the class of football over the past decade in the state. Dutch Fork, and this one. on the road. Dutch Fork hosting Stratford tonight, trying to get their first win of the season. The Silver Foxes have played some national powers. First play of Dutch Fork's first offensive drive, Ethan Offing finds running back Maurice Anderson, and he takes it 50 yards before Stratford is able to get him out of bounds, and that's exactly how the Silver Foxes wanted to start this game. A few plays later, Dutch Fork inside the 10. Offing hands it off to Trent Lodge, who gets the first touchdown of the game. And later on in the first, Silver Foxes, they scored a touchdown. It was called back due to a penalty. They would have to settle for a field goal, but it's no good. So the game remains 7-0. And Dutch Fork would go on to get their first win of the season, beating Stratford 54-7.
All right, let's head out to Somerville. Ashley Ridge, head coach Jeff Tate hosting Gallatin County on that brand spanking new turf. Good start for the Swamp Foxes. Trevor Callas swing pass to Jalen Drayton. Gets to the outside for a first down and more deep in Cougars territory. Drayton wants to get credit for the touchdown. Don't worry, he does. They get it right back to him, dives for the end zone and gets it. Swamp Foxes up 7-0. Their defense comes to play. Huge tackle for loss. Makai Palmore. Look at that speed from the lineman right there. And then another one. How about Dylan Polanski this time? All Ashley Ridge in this game, 54-13. They win it over Gallatin County. Well, stay with us. Much more still to come, including James Island, Bishop England, Oceanside, Marlborough County, and much, much more.
This is Preferred Home Services Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Welcome back. Before we get to our next game, just got this text from Brian Sweeney out in Monk's Corner. He said, in reference to that Berkeley game we just had, the Berkeley game was insane. Stags recovered 2 onside kicks and 2 other kickoffs all in the fourth quarter. Wow. And came back and won that game over West Ashley. Unreal. Well, there's been nothing easy about the start of this season for Bishop England. An opening week loss to rival Porter Gowd.
And then the unthinkable tragedy on campus, a tragedy which naturally has taken them off the field the past 2 Friday nights. They begin to heal just by stepping on the turf of Jack Canty Field.
So we head out to Daniel Island, but the Trojans offense just a little too much for Bishop England to handle tonight. Braxton Scott looks deep early in the first, launching this ball 40 yards in the air to Wooshie Ravenel, doing the work in the end zone, hauls it in. He's the one that gave us the pizza web. After another drive by the Trojans, Amontre Scott from about 7 yards out rumbles into the end zone. 14-0 JI after the PAT. Fighting Bishops are fighting for some yards. They're battling for some yards. Dixon Hardy with some blocking to the left. Room to run. He picks up the first down, but the Trojans would get the ball back. Scott with the play fake, rolls right, looks downfield, finds Ravenel again. Look at the accuracy on the throw. That's why he's getting big-time offers. Ravenel into the end zone. Another score for him. James Island wins it 49-0 is the final score.
I tell you, I could use some of that pizza right now. Let's go to Timberland taking on Phillip Simmons, and Phillip Simmons quarterback Tavian Orellana finds Brody Tonin for the 30-yard touchdown. But Timberland would answer. Timberland quarterback Kylan Brown. He's going to take the direct handoff, and he's going to take it right up the gut. 30 yards on this run here.
You like the Timberland orange and green?
I do. It's got a very Miami vibe to it. I like it. Taven Brown would then later find wide receiver Xavier Hampton for the 2-yard gain. Now, that looks like a lot more than 2 yards there. That's going to set up Demarion Hampton for the 5-yard run. And your final, Phillip Simmons goes on to win it 37-13. Well, what a win for Oceanside last week. A come-from-behind 99-yard drive, touchdown, and a 2-point conversion to beat a 5A school. If something gives you confidence, it has to be it. But Chad Wilkes tells us his team has never lacked in confidence. And tonight, plenty of confidence. Oceanside, they would get hot early, riding the hot hand, or should we say the hot feet of Trey Brown. A bruising run here off the left side. It gets deep into Marlborough territory, nearly takes it to the house. 2 plays later, however, it's Brown again, and this time he would get to the pay window off the right side. He would score 7-0 Land Sharks. Later, Oceanside forces a Marlborough County punt, And Will Virgilio fields it, and just watch him work. He's going to weave his way through that Marlboro special teams. Going to take it back 58 yards for the score very quickly. 14-0 Land Sharks. Oceanside would be looking for more. 4th and goal, little pitch and catch. Appears the catch is made, but nice D from Marlboro there to break it up at the last second. The only thing that went right for them tonight is Oceanside wins easily 34-0.
Would it be low-hanging fruit to say they smoked Marlboro?
A little bit.
I think that might go over the might not be an appropriate joke for the high school crowd. To District 4 Stadium we go, where the Cougars of North Charleston taking on the Warriors of Stall. School just started. Let's get a quick science lesson on force versus an immovable object. Good script, Brian Hines. Montrell Davis meets the big immovable object, and Jaden Sparks on that. And this upcoming INT set the tone for the defense, since neither offense are able to get much going early. As Stall goes to punt, the snap goes over Brian Tanner's head. He rolls to the end zone. That's a safety. It's going to go through the back of the end zone, and the Cougars lead 2-0 right there. On the Stall drive, a short, ugly pass picked off by downtown John Brown. He zigs and zags and bobs and weaves. What a script, Brian Hines. Well done. But it's going to lead to
Shakespeare right there.
Another safety. I don't know if I've ever seen this score. In the end, how about this score? It is 20-4. Stall wins it.
That's what they call a small ball right there with the 4 points.
I guess so. My gosh. All right, your turn.
No, it's my turn. Let's talk about Woodland High School. The marching band hoping to drum up a win on their home turf. Wolverine quarterback Cooper Glazer airs it out to Jaden Gardner-Taylor for a long gain.
So good, he's got 3 names.
3 names. Hey, that's good enough for me. A near touchdown catch and run right here by the Wolverines' Trace Wright. Pretty soon it's going to set up a very short scoring rush by Wright right here. 7-0 Woodland. Woodland would score again. Gervasi Sally with a long toss to Gardner-Taylor coming up. I promise you, there it is. There it is. Look at that heave. Gardner-Taylor on the other end for the score. 14-0 Wolverines. Woodland goes on to win at 42-18.
Not sure if we have ever seen a dominant performance from Military Magnet like they delivered last week. Granted, Palmetto Christian is a small private school, but Milmag racked up 55 points. Freshman Mark Phillips, 217 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns. So, can they carry it over to North Charleston? We pick it up near the end of the half. Hunter Kiner Tyler leading Milmag 20-0. Jashawn Smalls calls his own number. That's a 5-yard scamper. 2-point conversion's good. It's 28-0. Calamity strikes. Milmag punts from near their own end zone, doinks it off their own player. Darian Stroman scoops it up and easily works his way back for 6. 2-point conversion, no good. 34-0. What Stroman does on defense, he can do on offense. You see him jet 60 yards for another 6. PAT is good. 41-0. Not to be outdone on D. Nashawn Thomas steps in and picks off Milmag, leading to Darian Stroman again. Another touchdown. All HKT tonight over Military Magnet at the old Garrett Stadium. 55-0 is the final score. Let's check out some scores as I walk over to the board over here. And I love that we can walk in the studio. This was not an option a couple weeks ago. We were stuck in one place. A tough trip up to Columbia for Burke. They go to St. Matthews. They lose 49-0. And another big win for Cross. This is a really impressive Cross team. They beat Timberland just 6 days ago. On Saturday, they beat Scotts Branch 54-6. So the Cross Trojans are a team to certainly look out for in 1A football. We'll be back right after the break.
This is Preferred Home Services Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a game we have circled on the calendar as the helmets smash and the Skiza Pleeza thing goes. Spencer twisting it up on the screen. Rick Reitz was the head coach of Porter Gowd for 10 years. Now he's the head coach of Heathwood Hall in Columbia. First time coaching against Porter. He says he's trying to downplay it, but I won't let him do that. Tough. There is Rick Reitz not liking what his team is doing tonight down here in the Low Country. Welcome back. It only gets worse. Jamal Flood goes 65 yards for the Cyclones right here for the touchdown. Things are looking good for PG up early. A little later on, Hartley Bickerstaff, just a bowling ball of a man with the I like that scripting, Webb. Short touchdown run, 37-7 Cyclones.
That is the very definition of a bowling ball right there.
It absolutely is. Heathwood trying to get something going. Thompson Dubose to Grayson Hahn for big yardage, but Heathwood cannot cash in on that. Final score, 56-7. Porter Gowd just spoils the return of Rick Reitz.
And speaking of coaches, two new coaches. One will get their first career win tonight. Will it be Devontae Holloman or Jamal Birch? Well, after one quarter of play, Pinewood Prep would lead it 49-15.
Oh my
Yikes.
God.
So all of a sudden, we kind of know the answer to that. Second quarter, Hurricanes trying to get something going. Zacoby Riley to Russell Lee for the first down. And they are on the move. And then Riley, he's going to step back, and he airs it out big time to Walker Traxler. It's another first down, but the Hurricanes just could not capitalize when they got the ball moving. Pinewood Prep would get it back. Tough running here from Jack Burnett, getting it inside the 10-yard line from there. Grayson Saligo coming up on your screen right here. And he's going to do the honors. 56-15, the Panthers on top. They lay it on thick. 77-27 is your final score.
We can only hope Hurricane Lee gets squashed like the First Baptist Hurricanes tonight. All right, let's head out to St. George. Cheerleaders pushing for the Dorchester Academy Raiders towards a good second half, but PD Academy takes the lead on Colby Richardson's short dive into the end zone. 13-12 Golden Eagles. Raiders strike back. Watches QB Waylon Gruber dashing 3/4 of the field. That's a big touchdown, followed up by a Connor Hartzog 2-point conversion, 20-13. And the final score, 20-13. Dorchester Academy will be back right after this.
This is Preferred Home Services Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at the schedule for Saturday. Another tough one for Buddy Pugh and the Bulldogs. They got to go down to Atlanta and play Georgia Tech. 1 p.m. start down there. How about a 2:15 start for Charleston Southern at Clemson? The Buccaneers certainly have to hope that Clemson's not too angry about last week's loss to Duke 5 days ago. Campbell, very, very good team, is at the Citadel. Campbell is a team that beat the Citadel last year, a ton of transfers, 38 of them on the Camels. Mike Minter is their head coach. Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks at Coastal Carolina at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. That game up in Conway. And then Furman visits South Carolina at 7:30 tomorrow night. College football Saturday here on ABC News 4 at 11 o'clock.
And how about the play of the night? Somerville's Brevin Eastman. Well, if you can't find a receiver, why don't you just throw it to yourself? The ball's tipped into the air, and he catches his own pass. It doesn't get any better than that. That's a dual-threat athlete. That's what we call that.
Absolutely, and Somerville looks like a threat of a team to anybody they play this year. Congratulations to them. Thanks to our team of photojournalists. For Webb Wright, I'm Scott Eisberg. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again next week on FNR.